Hello, it's 10 o'clock. Well, it's more like 10:30. Welcome to the weather update. It's November 6th, 2022. And we are going to talk about another record-breaking day again today. 4 climate sites broke or tied records. Here we go. Bridgeport, 72. Central Park, 75. LaGuardia tied it at 75. Islip, 74. And one more day of above average temperatures tomorrow. So another day of record warmth. Let's look and see what we got going on outside. You can see some clouds, some clear sky out there. We did have a few showers that didn't really hit our area at all. This is what the sky looked like in the afternoon. You can see just an interesting looking sky there with some altocumulus. And yeah, pretty interesting. Altocumulus, cirrus, kind of a tropical looking sky there. And yeah, pretty tropical looking. And then as we got toward the sunset, which is an hour earlier because we moved our clocks back, which I forgot to mention last night. I always do forget to mention it in the weather update, and I do apologize. But yeah, we had to move our clocks back, fall back, and now we're in the standard time again. But you can see there's some Virga there at the sunset. Even saw a rainbow. So let's take a look and see what we got going on outside right now, and you'll see still warm and still humid out there. Temperatures in the mid-60s. Dew points pretty high, too. 66 at Islip, dew point 64. Looking at the day at Islip, and you will see here that we did make it into the 70s again with high humidity levels. Again, very, very warm and very, very humid, and a muggy evening as well. Staying in this warm and humid air mass here. Pulling this out a little bit. Get a few more stations. It's still 70 in parts of New Jersey right now. Owl. Still 70. Look at the 70s in New Jersey. So New Jersey's really holding on to the heat, and it's going to be very interesting to see how hot New Jersey got today. So let's go and take a look and see. And yep, much warmer there. So while we were in the mid-70s today, which is still records, city was in the mid to, look at that upper 70s there. Let's see what we got there. 75 there. Look at Jersey. Near 80 degrees. Toms River, Lakehurst, 78. Toms River looks like 77, 79. Coyle Field, that's incredible. Right now it's 65, so that's just incredible warmth for this time of the year. Well above normal, smashing all those records. Let's see what the day was like at Lakehurst. And it's still warm and humid. Let's hope JCP&L didn't have any problems today. Because, wow, look at that. Upper 70s, feeling like summer in November. Just totally abnormal. Totally abnormal. So now we'll go over to tropical tidbits. We got the tropics to watch out for. We got 2 areas now with a 70% chance of cyclone formation. And this is the one that we need to watch here. Disturbance 1. An area of low pressure located more than 300 miles north of Puerto Rico is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. This system is going to move northwestward, so this is the one that we're going to be concerned about here. All right, this one here, central subtropical Atlantic here as well. It will move northeastward, and this wouldn't be a problem for us. But this one could be a problem for the United States, and that's the one that we have to watch. And we'll have more information on that as the time goes on. You can sort of see it showing up here on the GFS already. All right, so we'll move this in here, and we'll look at the GFS, and you see for us, we have high pressure building it. Look at that. Pretty intense tropical storm, maybe even a hurricane, making landfall somewhere on the east coast of Florida. Looks somewhere like possibly around Miami. High pressure keeps us dry this week, but you see that storm there hitting Florida, and then we would get the remnants of it on the weekend and give us a real soaker of a Saturday, perhaps. Some really heavy rain, and then it still has it as a structure of some sort that far out. This would be next weekend. It still has some type of wind structure around it. So really, really weird stuff. So, and this is all brought to you by the weird jet stream pattern. So let's get up to the 250 level, and you'll see what I mean. So here we go. Messed up jet stream. We still don't really have a trough in the east. We have a little bit of a cool down coming, but you can see here that ridging there, and that is what's going to push this storm. It's going to go into Florida. First, it's got this weird, like this high that's keeping it down here, this upper high, and then when the trough digs into the Midwest, it will pull it up the coast and possibly give us a rain or maybe even some wind. And this would be for next weekend. And then after that, we finally see some troughing in the east to bring in some colder weather. As far as colder weather, we will have a little bit of a drop, but not that much. So going to the CONUS view here, we'll go to the upper air. I'm using the CONUS view this time. You can see that ridge in the east. That doesn't really go anywhere, the ridge. Give a minor cool down. You can see it's blocking the storm, can't move out to sea. And then when that ridge finally weakens, there's a weakness, and then it follows that weakness ahead of that trough for next weekend. So that is what it looks like right now on here. So we're not going to focus too much on that storm because it hasn't even formed yet. All right. But let's go to the HRRR right now, and we will look at the 0Z HRRR, and we will show you what the rest of the night's going to look like, because we do have a slight chance of some showers early in the morning, very slight, and then that cooler air builds in, that drier air builds in tomorrow, but we won't really feel the cooler air come in because there's a surface cool air until Tuesday with that high building down from New England. So looking at your dew points here, very humid, remaining very humid out there. South winds, southwest winds by morning, and that's when it's going to feel at its most brutal, right before the front comes through. And you never know, it might spark a shower or thunderstorm. But then right around 10, 11 o'clock, dew points should start dropping northwest to southeast, and it'll be much lower humidity by the afternoon with northwest winds, and then north winds. And then as we get into Tuesday, you can see that really dry air with north winds coming in. We should have very nice weather on Tuesday. So looking at our temperatures here, you'll see here it's going to stay mild tonight, mid-60s, and tomorrow we're probably going to get well into the 70s again in the morning, and it's still going to be warm in the afternoon too. Temperatures won't drop too much in the afternoon. It'll be the humidity that will, and then later on at night we'll see those temperatures drop back probably into the low and mid-40s, and then for Tuesday, much cooler. Highs all struggling to reach 50 with that air coming down from New England. When the jet streams are taking a dip, the cool air is still able to come straight down from Canada, eastern Canada, and bring us a much bigger cool down. We'll go and look at the GFS now. And yeah, we have a little bit of that 0Z in, but not enough. So dew points here, you'll see that dew point drop again here on the GFS. Boom, dry air comes in, north winds on Tuesday, and then they go a little more northeasterly on Wednesday, and then they turn a little more to the westerly, but we're still in the dry air. And then we have to deal with whatever that weekend system comes up. That could bring in a real surge of tropical air and humidity, and perhaps some tropical conditions we'd have to see. And then behind that, cooler air, a drier air comes back in. So let's go look at the temperatures here, and you'll see here, again, pretty cool on Tuesday, and still cool on Wednesday. So we're going to be actually a little bit below normal for a change. And then you'll see as we go into Thursday, we start warming it up a little bit. Here we go with the warm air surging back in with that storm. And we'd have to watch what happens with that storm. Then behind it, it gets cold, mid-40s. So we'll have colder weather behind it. So let's go look at the clouds. The clouds. All right. So as far as tomorrow goes, we'll have stuff clouds to start and then clearing skies for the afternoon. Tuesday, it's showing some high clouds. This might be overdone. This is the GFS. Wednesday showing a little bit of clouds. Thursday clear. And then we'd have to deal again with that system perhaps for next week. And that's still a ways out. I'm not going to really go too crazy on it. Let's go to some of the better resolution models when it comes to skies. So we got the RGEM 0Z, which we don't have enough in, so I will have to use the 18Z. But you'll see here's the clouds for tomorrow. But we clear it out by the afternoon. It should be nice by the afternoon with sunshine. Tuesday, it's trying to move some upper level moisture in, but it kind of keeps it off to the west. So we should have plenty of sunshine. Wednesday, fairly clear, though. Again, with that east wind, we might have some lower clouds coming in. We'll have to see about that. But other than that, it looks like a fairly sunny week, fairly fair, sunny, cool weather, which is the kind of weather I like, and the kind of weather that we look forward to in the fall. So now we're going to move down to a different region, South Florida, just for hypothetical. We go to the GFS here. Again, the 18Z, and we will look at this system here coming in on the GFS. So this is the system right here coming in. You can see it kind of strengthens it pretty rapidly there. Doesn't quite look like a hurricane. Let's go to the wind field here. Yeah, it's not quite a hurricane. It'd be a tropical storm, very strong tropical storm. But this will have to be watched. And when we get more information on it, we'll have more information on it. But right now, we can also look at it on the European model, which is even weaker with it. So It doesn't look like a terribly strong storm, but again, the potential is always there. Storm hasn't even formed yet, so keep that in mind. We can go current storms and the tidbits here, and these are I think this would be the one that they're watching here for. Looks like they changed the kind of images. These images suck. What happened to the other images? Well, anyway, I don't know. If that's the one we're looking at or not, but we'll have to keep a eye on this storm here and see what happens. I think that's pretty confident we're going to see something form here. And again, I would say Bahamas, Florida, East Coast, Florida in general. Pay attention to this, and then we'll have to pay attention to what's left of it once it comes up the eastern seaboard later on. But we'll have nice weather, but the Saturday could be a real soaker, so keep that in mind if we get the remnants of this. So thank you for watching, and have a good night.